At the stage of editing general data and data of elements, product catalog codes are displayed. This makes it easier to find and use the appropriate elements from the manufacturer's offer in the project. Additional descriptions make it easier to find the appropriate functions on the ribbon and understand what they do. Thanks to the new Show on Other Stories option, it is possible to display and edit the contour of a building created on another series of stories. This facilitates the creation of common contours covering many series of stories with shifted levels and, as a result, the correct creation of building structural and thermal partitions. A flat roof is created automatically for rooms on the top story. This speeds up the building structure creation phase by eliminating the need to manually draw the roof. Automatically created slabs located on lower stories can be easily separated and converted into a roof. Redundant slabs can be easily removed. Thanks to the new option, Show on Other Stories, available for the riser element, it is easy to connect parts of the installation running on stories with mutually shifted levels. The new additional story field, available for the printout pages element, enables the presentation in one printout, rooms with their installations located on stories with mutually shifted levels. For spaces partially separated by internal walls, for example a living room with corridor, you can use the new Merge Rooms option available for the opening in wall element. For a room created in this way, the program correctly sizes radiators to cover common heat demand of this spaces. And properly creates thermal partitions for heat demand calculations. As standard, the logo of the manufacturer distributing the given corporate version of the InstalSystem 5 package presented in tabular printouts can be replaced by the user's logo, for example of a design office. No flow pipe run and safety valve are new elements that can be used in design of heating installation. A mixing and distribution unit consists of a radiator's supply manifold, a mixing set and a radiant system supply manifold. After insertion, it requires selection of a type from the list, so that the component manifolds and connection points appear. Determining the number of outputs and selecting the orientation is done by selecting the right product from the list. The connection to the network is made through the radiator's supply part. Manifold chart displays the parameters of the low temperature or high temperature part, should be inserted twice if necessary. For mixing and distribution unit you can individually configure the style and the label. New fields in the data table make it possible to set the detail of the presentation of the components of the mixer, pump unit, control loop on 2D, 3D views and schematic view. For example, for the vertical orientation of the mixer, the presentation in the plan view may be simplified, and in the 3D view and the schematic view, detailed. Irrespective of the actual dimensions in the installation model, it is possible to define the dimensions of the mixer, pump unit and control loop elements selected on schematic view. Moreover, thanks to the new fields for the starting point element, it is possible to define the default dimensions of these elements in the schematic view. In order to limit the maximum temperature of hot water at the tap points, three-way valves mixing hot water with cold water can be used in the water supply system. program determines the flows of hot and cold water to obtain the required temperature.